Good evening. I'm in tonight's Live About Five is a continuation of our series about consistency. And tonight's topic is so important because I hear it over and over and over again. Oh, I could never do that, or I could never do this. I'm not that smart. I'm not brilliant. I'm not that type of person. Well, here's the amazing thing about consistency. It blows all that other stuff out of the water. We've already talked about why you want to be consistent over being perfect. But now I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Really, it does not matter what you know or how well you think you learn. Anyone who is consistent can crush, whether it's your health goals, your business goals, your relationship goals, your life goals. Consistency is the secret sauce. And I didn't want to admit that for a long time because consistency was something I had to learn. I remember in my application to UVA, my alma mater, I actually wrote in my essay that I was great at first gear, laying around all the time, and fifth gear, running around like my head's cut off, getting everything checked off my list. But I wanted to find a third gear, a consistency gear. And I've worked on that my whole life. And I'm going to tell you there's no tricks. It's just the discipline of doing it. So I think it's important that we know it's not about being smarter. It's about being more consistent. It's also going to not be about some other things that we talk about in the future, but how can you help your consistency, right? And the first thing is to have clear goals. It's really hard to be consistent when you have no idea what you're doing, when you don't know what your business is, when you don't know what your mission is, when you don't know what your customer is. And I'm speaking to a lot of people that I love right now when I say, if you've been trying to figure that out for more than a month, you're what's in the way, right? Pick a business, pick a customer, pick what you're going to do and do it, because I'm telling you, it changes along the way, right? But if you set clear goals through that activity, minute, I don't want to do this. I want to do that. When I post like this, people are a lot more interested. When I eat with this approach, I really feel better. When I choose in my relationships to include philosophies like let them, if you haven't heard about that, that's one that's really making the rounds right now, just to let people. Somebody wants to misunderstand you, let them. Somebody wants to have an event and not invite you, let them. Don't carry these small grudges and things around your whole life like a precious stone, letting it sink you to the bottom of a pool, right? But if you're just consistent and you have clear goals, you're going to be stunned at the progress you make. You're going to feel it. You also need to set up small steps. Another mistake that I've made before is like, I'm going to the top. Well, maybe you are, and that would be great. All of us can go to the top, but not before we go step by step up the ladder, right? So just keep your eyes on the next small step and you won't feel so overwhelmed, which means you'll be able to stay consistent. Part of the trick of consistency is doing it even when it doesn't feel like you should, like you can, like you want to, right? Next is going to be building routines. When you create a schedule that you stick to, that's where you're going to get your superpower. And I'm telling you, my current schedule, if you know me, you know it's in a spreadsheet because I'm a nerd and I love them. But I had to create it myself. There's no guru that can give it to you. There's no mentor that can give it to you because your schedule is going to change depending on what really works for you if you're doing it right, right? You're going to build it out and then you're going to go, you know what? I don't know why I chose that schedule because I never stick to it. I've got to create a schedule that works for me, that works for my business, that works for my health goals, that works for my life, right? Next is going to be to celebrate milestones. I can't begin to tell you how many people will achieve something truly remarkable, especially, for example, in my Young Living business. I remember when I reached executive, I was like, what's next? Not a lot of people get to executive. Not a lot of people do the business to begin with. Most people are customers. Very few percentage are brand partners. And the people that are brand partners reaching the third promotion or executive is something to celebrate. When I got to silver, I felt like celebrating, right? But let's face it, if I'm looking to change the trajectory of my family's future, I want to go higher. I want to serve more people. I want to help more people in that income stream. And so I failed to celebrate where it was important. So I think something to celebrate is literally being consistent. I think, for me at least, a carrot is going to be much more helpful than a stick. So I love the idea of saying, When I am completely consistent and I check everything off my list, off my schedule, Monday through Friday, on Saturday, I get to do anything I want. I get to have a massage. I get to go to my favorite restaurant. I get to see my favorite friend, right? Make sure you're rewarding yourself and celebrating. This goes for leaders as well. If you're a leader and that sounds gross to you, it does not sound gross to most of your team, right? When people onboard on our team, we often ask them how they like to be celebrated because everybody's different, but everybody wants to be recognized. They may not want to be shouted out in a big 7,000 people group, but they absolutely want somebody seeing, I see what you're doing, and I'm so proud of you, happy for you, inspired by you, and here's a gift card. Here is that beautiful product that you wanted that you missed. Here is that thoughtful letter with words that I've written for you by hand, not an email, right? You need to know how people like to be rewarded, thanked, and seen as a leader. And often it's going to be very different from how you like to be seen and rewarded. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. And next is going to be adaptability. A lot of the times we see, and particularly this is borne out in research, if you read John Acuff's Finish, his book is called Finish, one of his books is called Start. So you see how he's helping us. But he'll say that a lot of the times people will say, I'm going on a diet and I'm going to be perfect the whole month. And they either don't start or they quit the minute they make a mistake. Oh my God, well, yesterday at lunch, I didn't realize that the pecans in the salad had a bunch of sugar on them. So now that I've messed up, I might as well just enjoy a piece of cheesecake after dinner, right? I've done that. I don't know if you've done that. But so it's really important to recognize and be adaptable. Consistency isn't about perfection. We talked about that last week. Consistency isn't about brilliance. You don't need to be super smart to hack the system. But when you wobble, the consistent player just gets back up on the horse and keeps going. And over time, if you're able to stick to all of those strategies, you're going to be stunned by what actually happens in your business. So the way I have hacked my consistency in two different areas. The first is my health, right? Obviously, my anchor is Young Living. It's what holds me down. It's what keeps me above the wellness line. But the 14-day reset is what helps me consistently keep inflammation at bay. And the reason I do it once a month is so that I don't have to be perfect, but I can be consistent. In those 2 weeks, I really work to stick with that reset. And we have another one starting on my birthday. I'm so excited. And I'd love for you to join me in the 14-day reset starting on September 11th. It is free. And I'm talking about physical trainers. I'm talking about motivational speaking. I'm talking about all the recipes you can need. All you have to do is grab one supplement and I can help you do that. It's one of my favorites, simple and easy, but it gives you an entire system. There's a 27-page guide. That's your thing. There are checklists. It's so freaking simple and it works. I'll share testimonials in my stories next if that's helpful because I've been blown away with the results people are seeing. So I don't depend on myself for that consistency. I lean on the 14-day reset. And even though I'm only doing it when I need to do it, that's consistent, right? You're choosing to do it once a month. The next way I can help you with your consistency is the milestone mentorship. This is a new program being offered by the best leaders on our team and by the top of our company in Young Living. And it is a 12-week mentorship where they're going to explain from soup to nuts how the entire business works and how people at the top have leveraged success. And I'm going to give you a tip. It is a lot about consistency and it is a lot about simple daily actions. There's no make a list of 1,000 people, right? Let's just kick that to the curb. It's about being a human on the internet. It's about speaking to people and helping them with what they need. But I'm thrilled because I'm going to be doing the mentorship too. Again, this program is free. If you struggle to grow a Young Living business and you're in my downline, let's talk. If you're with someone else, see if your leaders will help with this. Because what I love about the Milestone Mentorship is that it is written and digital. So you get tons of resources. And I really like learning from people who have done what I want to do. We're talking diamond leaders, Royal Crown diamond leaders in Young Living, which if you're in Young Living, you'll know. If you're not in Young Living, but you thought, I could really use a side hustle, this would be a great time to plug in because you could start with your business kit, which is just $1. Can you tell we're trying to promote and encourage you and make it easy for you if you want to run this business? I recommend ordering one of the Make a Shift Essentials kit. The Thieves might be a great way to start if you're thinking about detoxing your home. And that would be only $100, shipping free, and add the business kit as $1. And then jump in with us starting September 5th, and you're going to get all the information you need and all the support you need, all the community you need. One of the things I love about our community is that we are all so different. We are all so unique. The reasons we came to the business are all so wildly different, but we all love and respect each other, and we all work together to try to help people. I don't know a better type of business to be in, but whatever business you're thinking about, whatever goals you're thinking about, whatever health goals, whatever life goals you're thinking about, start hacking your consistency with these tips and watch yourself soar, because you deserve that and we need you in doing all of that. So I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow live around 5. And I love you guys. I'm just really grateful you're here, and I hope you have a great night. Take care.